court to tell the Electoral Commission to do certain things that they should have been doing, which they didn't do. So, but when the results in the constituency are declared, then you have to wait till, the Gazette, before you do the petition. Mine was declared. I mean, for me, it was declared wrongly. But I didn't participate in the declaration because of things that I'd complained about, and attention was not paid to. But it hasn't been very, very comfortable, very sweet for us. But I repeat that should not be because the Akufo-Addo administration did not perform. Akufo-Addo did his best, his government did what they could, and for me, the results are all there for whoever cares to have the people.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them, yupo.
Ebusia for say say after say nation Akufo-Addo State of the Nation address no the buy the padodo na kuku dan for do na make a comment like Omar reacted to it. Na napo any Katie Hammond ya Katie Hammond ya Katie Hammond lusu na kwa na lusu na ashinu yi pop to the sense or commenti wo na do dan kwa Akufo-Addo State of the Nation address no ho wie asebo de to dwa say or no KTM on the court. Na election of this hitches BS episode the court. Now we better we go TV video, but before no, I have PENDREAM TV as usual. So now that the kind our best journey or ha. You best say subscribe to this particular channel. Now face me a notification better be you be notified each and every time the content to be better at 2 minutes. Now message say which video we are see. Share the video so that video will be me call actually ama afofro so anya bi etie asempa we me pese we come home pese me waste time cry na we go to Katie Hammond any napo bra omudom no yen go tie ne yembra.
And so what should they have done
to be ready for the emergency?
And do you believe they were ready?
For me, I didn't have the time to look at what others were doing. I reacted instinctively.
So do you believe that they didn't react in the right manner as protocols should call for?
They were not in the chamber, so they had to be called into the chamber. So I'm not sure they delayed in their reaction because they were not at the scene of the event. But for me, it's instinctive. I have very good training and emergency, so I knew what.
So would you say that more people in the should be trained? I mean, I saw security personnel actually carrying it. So shouldn't they have been trained as to emergency response?
See, when you talk about emergency response unit, there are three: the ambulance service, the police service, and the fire service. And personnel in those units must be trained in the basics of life support.
So you do not think there was anything wrong as regards to how the bodyguard was handled?
No, I didn't look at what somebody had done. I looked at what I can do to help. That is my training.
Okay, and lastly, your overview of the entire program.
I think it's gone well. It's gone down very well. The president has given an account of his 8 years stewardship. And I believe, like every other thing, we will leave it to posterity to judge. 8 years of the roundabout.
I mean, your overview of really what the president said in the State of the Nation.
One
Happy New Year. How does super legal representation? Doctor for call. Now who are big now? On Coco Park on legal representation. You hear medical intervention.
Father, Happy New Year.
That's it.
Picture away.
As he said, the president has constitutional responsibilities towards the administration to come to parliament and explain to the country through parliament the state of the country. When they come in, the constitution again requires that they talk about the state that they have inherited. You inherit, you do your bit, and then when you are going, you tell the country what you are leaving behind. So, in response to that constitutional demand, he came here, President Akufo-Addo, as eloquent as you know him. He stated, he explained, and when challenged, remember he was a member of parliament, he became for once a member of parliament again, and threw the gauntlets down to the guys on the other side. Well, he's told the world, the whole country. Well, the evidence is there for all to see. Whoever doesn't want to see is their headache. But it's explained. It's not for me to reiterate everything that is already articulated. He did it in his own explicit language. He did it brilliantly. So you ask me my impression, I don't have to have any impression. I've been part of the administration. I've been part of the system. I know what has been going on. So I have absolutely no doubt at all that the MPP government headed by President Akufo-Addo did what the country required him to do through the mandate that they reposed in him. He did his best. And the fact that ultimately he wasn't able to get his successor to be from his party, which I think is something he would have loved very well. It's nothing that takes away from the fact that he did what he should do and what he humanly could do. Is, I believe, what he did. He did explain. I mean, many difficulties all over the world. Ghana wasn't an exception. We had our share of the difficulties, but then we stayed true and we achieved the result that he articulated.
But if he really did his best, as you say, don't you think that he would have been able to hand over to his successor?
Well, I'm not sure it's fair. It's fair. You make that statement. It's a reflection on me, myself. I mean, I'm a classic example and classic casualty. You go to my constituency and I tell you, to the glory of Almighty Allah, that everything in my constituency has been put down through me, my instrumentality, and the government that have come at the time that I've been a member of parliament. But somehow, strangely, my people didn't vote for me.
What do you think is accounted for that?
That's another matter that I think the whole country, well, particularly the MPP, would have to find out because I was going into this election confident that it was my easiest. You see, we should, as human beings, be very careful. I mean, you have your plans, God has a different plan altogether. I went in this one confident. I've gone through serious challenges before with very serious opponents before in my constituency. This wasn't the occasion. I did my best, but it was taken for granted. For once, you journalists never discuss Adansi Asokwa. Almost always going to elections, Adansi Asokwa is tough. This time around, not a single word. Because clearly on the ground, all the achievements that are chalked and considering everything else, that was the least that I expected. But
did you say your constituents were ungrateful?
I choose my words very carefully. I choose my words very carefully. they would be the collective group which will be able to respond to why it so happened. But they simply wouldn't vote. Close to about 7,000 of my constituents, they didn't vote. I mean, it's not like they voted for the NDC. They did not vote.
So it was because of the low voter turnout?
Low voter turnout, yes. I mean, as I told you, my other election results was about close to 19,000, 18,000 something. With the addition of new entrants and all of that on the voter register, I was expecting to do about 21,000. I did 13,000. 13. And the balance of 7,000 went nowhere. It's still on the voter register. So it shouldn't be a reflection. This election shouldn't be a reflection on the administration of the president or the successors. I mean, it's not for me. I'm not going to go through. You heard it. I mean, the man stated his achievements, and they are palpable achievements that any one of you could attest to. Whatever it is, that's the state of affairs.
Are we going to see Honorable KTM coming back?
Well, okay. Well, let me put it on record. I am petitioning. I am in for an election petition. A few things I think would have to be sorted out first. But when we sort that bit out, we'll see how it pans out. But for now, the results have been gazetted, and you'll be seeing someone else for the time being. Whether permanently or not, it's a different matter. But what did Boris Johnson say? Hasta la vista, baby.
But you have said that your people didn't come out to vote. You have attributed it to low voter turnout. So on what grounds are you petitioning the results of your constituency?
Why can't you wait? So if you waited a minute, you would, because I haven't told you the grounds, and you said because I said lower voter, whatever. So it could have been even 1,000 people. But if out of the 1,000 there are issues that have to be contested, they will have to be contested.
And why not? So, why have you not petitioned now? Because I mean, we already know that there are a lot of constituencies under contention.
Those ones are not petitions, and we'll do that. The mandamus and those are different things altogether. They had gone to a court to tell the electoral commission to do certain things that they should have been doing, which they didn't do. So, but when the results in the constituency are declared, then you have to wait till the gazette before you do the petition. Mine was declared. I mean, for me, it was declared wrongly. But I didn't participate in the declaration because of things that I'd complained about, and attention was not paid to. But it hasn't been very, very comfortable, very sweet for us. But I repeat that should not be because the Akufo-Addo administration did not perform. Akufo-Addo did his best, his government did what they could, and for me, the results are all there for whoever cares to have the people. Good afternoon.
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.